You know, when we think about innovation, we usually picture some, I don't know, super futuristic sci-fi gadget. But what if the most powerful breakthroughs aren't that at all? What if they're just really clever combinations of things we already have? In this explainer, we're going to see how some elegantly simple ideas are solving some of our biggest and most personal challenges. So here's our plan. First, we're going to explore how a pretty common plant could totally rebuild our cities and, help heal the planet. Then, we're going to shift gears completely and look at a simple little device that offers security and dignity to the people who need it most. Two completely different problems, but they share one beautiful philosophy.
All right, let's kick things off. We're starting big. I mean, industrial scale big, with an innovation that's taking aim at one of the world's largest sources of pollution, the construction industry.
Seriously, just think about that for a second. Instead of our cities being these massive carbon emitters, what if every single new building was actively cleaning the air? And what if, instead of crumbling over time, our walls actually got stronger year after year? It sounds kind of like science fiction, right? But it all starts by rethinking our most basic building block.
Okay, so on the left, you've got the villain of our story, traditional concrete. It's a huge source of global CO₂ emissions. But on the right, that's our hero, a hemp mineral composite. And listen, this isn't just some small improvement, this is a complete 180. It's CO₂ negative, it's 3 times lighter, and incredibly, it gets harder over decades.
So, how in the world is this possible? Well, the magic isn't in some rare, super expensive element. Nope. It's in a simple, almost rustic recipe that combines the power of nature with some really clever chemistry.
This recipe has 3 key ingredients, and each one plays a part in capturing carbon. First up, you've got hemp fibers, which are already CO₂ negative just from the act of growing. Second, there's a lime binder that literally pulls CO₂ out of the atmosphere to get hard. And third, a special CO₂ mineral powder, which is basically pre-captured carbon dioxide that's been turned into a solid. So this material is fighting carbon on 3 different fronts at once.
The scientific process that makes it all work is called carbonation. It's the exact same natural process that forms limestone. This material literally breathes in carbon dioxide from the air around it, and that whole process is what makes it stronger. So it's not just a building material, it's like a living, hardening carbon sink.
Now, this all sounds fantastic in a laboratory, but can it actually work out in the real world? Well, the answer comes down to making this brilliant idea a scalable and profitable business.
And check this out, this isn't some environmental pipe dream, the economics are actually really solid. A pretty modest initial investment can get a whole production line up and running. The production costs are low, the sale price is competitive, and that all leads to a potential net margin of 25 to 35%. That right there is absolutely key for getting this stuff adopted everywhere. This is built to be a real business.
But let's not forget the ultimate goal here. For every single cubic meter of this material that gets made, up to 150 kilograms of CO₂ are yanked out of the atmosphere and locked away for good. That one number, that just shows the sheer power of this simple idea. So, we've seen how we can reshape our world on this massive scale. But now, let's zoom in. I mean, way in. From the global to the deeply personal, and see how that exact same philosophy of elegant design can tackle a very, very different human challenge.
So for this act, we're not talking about building materials. We're talking about a tool designed to provide something absolutely priceless, a sense of security, independence, and dignity.
Think about the challenge for someone who's living with dementia. The world can become a really confusing, disorienting place. A simple walk to the store can turn into a moment of pure fear. And modern technology, like a smartphone with a GPS, well, with all its complex screens and instructions, it often just adds to the confusion. So, what's the alternative?
The solution is called the compass, and this quote right here just perfectly captures its genius. It does one thing and one thing only. It doesn't give you routes or traffic updates or voice commands. It just points. It provides a single, clear answer to the most important question: which way is home?
The whole philosophy here is that in some situations, removing features is the most important feature you can have. It's all about stripping away the complexity to deliver pure, simple reassurance.
I mean, look at this. A smartphone is designed to just overwhelm you with data. But for someone who's experiencing cognitive decline, all that data is just noise. The compass is the total opposite. No screen, no clicks, just a single arrow. Its goal isn't to provide information, its goal is to provide a feeling of security. It's a profound shift from just delivering data to providing emotional support.
So by doing less, the compass achieves so much more.
It gets rid of all the friction and anxiety that comes with technology. It's a friendly, intuitive tool that you don't need a manual for, and it empowers the user with this quiet confidence to go out and navigate their world. This is way more than just a gadget. It's a statement that independence doesn't have to be sacrificed, and that sometimes the best technology is the kind you don't even notice.
From a house that breathes to a compass that reassures, we've seen two brilliant innovations that were born from the exact same principle, just combining existing, simple things in a new way. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other elegant solutions are hiding out there in plain sight, just waiting for us to connect the dots?